Cut through all the static, join Tommy in the attic. Hey, come here. Come here, I want to tell you something. I did the show again today. It's Friday morning. What do you think, man? I tricked you guys, but you came in close, didn't you? This morning, Jennifer Singer from Bright Futures for Youth out of California, Nevada City, Grass Valley, California area came on the show. We talked about the incredible programs that they have to benefit the youth in their community. Very rural community, young people with homelessness challenges, young people with food insecurity issues, and this organization is really making an impact and doing great work. There's something for everybody on this show, though, too, because my guest was, she's a certified certified fundraising executive. And we talked about fundraising. So if you're a nonprofit leader, you should check out the show. We talked about the growth of the organization. We also talked about a merger that they just went through in the calendar year of 2020, which is, we all know that's a challenging year, but they were able to put a merger together with another organization. So great tips on that. Thanks for being on the show, Jennifer. Shout out to you. I want to tell you guys about next week. Another great organization. I can't use the word incredible. I'm always using it. How about phenomenal? A phenomenal story coming up next week. That's a good one, Tommy D. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read off my sheet really quick because I want to make sure I hit on the finer points. I'm all about networking, right? Connecting the nonprofit sector connector. We met this organization through TNG, the networking group. We actually, during our holiday party, we raised some money for this organization. And the Restaurant Workers Community Foundation is an advocacy and action nonprofit created by and for restaurant workers. Next week on my program, Michael Remaley, and I had to text him an email this morning, and he phonetically spelled out the pronunciation for me in an email. Michael Remaley, one of the co-founders of the organization, will be on the show. But this is America's first nonprofit that's using a community foundation model to support people in a particular labor segment. It's the restaurant space. Restaurant space got clobbered last year. I don't need to tell you that. The businesses got clobbered, the employees got clobbered. But guess what? This organization, in the 9.5 months from March 15th to the end of the year, raised $6.7 million, and then allocated that money not just to the businesses, but allocated that money to the frontline workers in restaurants who needed that money. 50% of those funds are going to direct crisis relief to individual restaurant workers. 50% of $6 million. It's a big freaking deal. Okay, 25% went to other organizations that are doing work in the restaurant space, 25% for zero interest loans for restaurants to get back and running. Okay, I grew up as a bartender, a busboy, the whole thing. I grew up in that business. It's an important part of our whole world. God, man, before I was stuck in an attic, I used to go to restaurants all the time. I think I remember what they're all about. Here's the deal. Call to action, right? It's important. Check in with me, man. The Nonprofit Sector Connector, 10 a.m. You watch this show on Facebook Live, on the Facebook. I call it the Facebook. That's what Zuckerberg in that movie called it. The Facebook. You watch it on talkradio.nyc. It's on all your podcast stuff. And check in with me, Tommy D. You can get me. The Instagram, tommyd.nyc. That's for New York City, but my kids tell me you don't need to say that. tommyd.nyc. And the email, tommyd@philanthropyinfocus, PHOCUS.com. Let's connect, man. That's what I'm all about. Have an incredible day. I'll see you soon. Later.